south of Scotland here. Beautiful Scottish borders. Here we are, near Melrose. And I like showing you interesting places like this. Interesting bits of nature and culture. I'm going for little walks. What is that wee fish down there? You see a ripple in the river? It's very flat here, isn't it? Very calm. It's gorgeous. There are the Eildon Hills up there. There's two of them, two of the three. And it's 9:15 in the morning. So we've got not exactly a low sun, but the sun. I think I can see a stone stack over there. And go past that, and I see a tent as well. Some people camping on the other bank. But we'll go and have a little walk up there. So hello, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, all that. Skim a stone. If I find a nice flat round stone, I could do that. Julie K, welcome. Welcome back. There's a bit of it's a small one. But we might give it a skim. We'll see how far we get. I see these little, I hope I don't hit any fish. Anyway, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Not too bad. It could have been better. So I'll find a better one. That one, not round. That one will do. I'll try that one. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Big jump. But yeah, not very good. If you see another one, if you spot one, let me know. It's already in the water, perhaps. A bit big. That one's not flat enough. Yeah, there's probably been people here doing this already, I'd imagine. Nothing down there. Well, anyway, I'll spot another one. But... Right, so we're going up that way. So, we need to clamber up the bank. Okay. Right, off we go. Yes, there's a red tent over there. On the bank. Somebody camping. There's a reason why I'm out walking. Hello, Katya Masikiko. Is that right? The reason why I'm out walking today is because I took my car to the garage to get it serviced, which is in Gattonside. So I'm now deposited it, and I'm walking on, doing some exercise. 2 birds and 1 stone. Hello, Gattonside Clocket. Good name. Yeah, look, camping, wild camping, with a tent. But yeah, I like showing you interesting places, interesting bits of nature when I can. So tell me people, where are you from, where are you watching from, what's the scenery like where you are? Do you have nice, beautiful rivers and beautiful walks like this? Is that a is that a great tip? Possibly. Off it goes. Yes, do you have places like this where you are? Is that a cabbage white up there? I think it is. There he goes. I won't disturb it too much. Message retracted. Ooh. Wow, okay. Sounds like a pigeon flying away. We could go down this way again. I think we can get around. The river is so low at the moment. And it does come up here at times. There's so little water in the river. I think I saw a wagtail flying past. Quite 7:40. I see it's summertime, obviously. Yes, Northern Hemisphere. What would be the temperature roughly? Roughly 18 degrees at the moment. Northeast Victoria. Okay. Yeah, it's about 18 degrees. So it's fairly warm. Slightly regretting the long trousers that I'm wearing. Go this way. So yeah, it'll get up to probably 24, 25 today, I guess. Double back and go around this way. So it's comfortable at the moment. Is there a quicker route? Possibly. 2018, yes. What about where you are? You can see how dry the path is. Because it hasn't rained properly in, well, it feels like a month or more. Careful on the little wooden bridge. Hello, Belkisfadin, is that right? Hello, Angel Dust. Bigfoot, no Bigfoots in Europe. I'll tell you if I find the Loch Ness Monster. Got no Bigfoots around here. Is it Bigfoots or Big Feet? It's pretty, aren't they? Here a dove. I see some fireweed over there. The rake. What? It's called fireweed. Hello, Jules. How are you? There's some interesting birds over there. It's beautiful, all that purple, isn't it? I don't know the flowers. They're like xenomorphs, do they? Xenomorphs. Oh. I've never seen xenomorph spelled with a Z before. There's a bee. Hello, bee. Honeybee. Lots of pollen on their flags. I don't think it counts as a xenomorph though. Yeah, you don't know our snake issue though. Near the water, like where you have to keep an eye out for sunbathing snakes. So, adders, we do have adders, yes. Never seen one here. You'd get them up on the hills and you get them in a few places, but yeah, very, very rare to see them. They always slither away from humans whenever possible. Never a danger. The river in a second. You can probably hear it. Those houses. Nice place to have a house. There's a couple more butterflies fluttering about. And there's a dairy milk plant in bloom, I notice. That's part of the Southern Upland Way and the St Cuthbert walk as well. That way. Yeah, there's nothing dangerous around here. Nothing that eat you. Look how still the water is. I see something heading down that wee hole. How still and flat the river is. far the boat is out of the water. Oh, there's a heron there. Zoom in, there we go. One heron. Watching out for fish. Love jogging, public trails, Attic Slayer. Well, I like walking on public trails, but all trails are public in Scotland. This is lower pavilion number 1. This is the pavilion area of the river. Don't know why it's called that. It is. Let's see. The river might be too shallow for this, but we'll see. Disturbed some fish. Disturbed that heron as well. Get a slightly better one. Let's see. That one might better. Nice and thin. Merrill, but I'm not in Merrill, England. I'm in Merrill, Scotland. So the River Tweed that we're on here. The River Tweed forms the border with England for part of its length, further downstream, where you get to Kelso. It is the English border, but up here it's entirely in Scotland. So both banks are in Scotland. But yeah, once you get about 20 miles downstream, then the river forms the border between Scotland and England, and then it goes entirely into England for the last few miles of its length down towards Berwick. But yes, this is definitely Scotland. Thank you. What are you saying now? Have you heard of White Lagan Bothy? Where's the White Lagan Bothy? No, not that I'm aware of. Let's see. A bothy, for anyone who doesn't know, is a kind of a hut where walkers can go and rest, shelter for a wee while on their hikes. Just in front of that. Am I a Christian? I'm not a Christian. No. No. Why do you ask? Let's clamber up here. Walk further. I'll try not to disturb that heron. He's been fishing. Not to go there, well, no, it's about 18 degrees going to my car, which is now being serviced. Oh, look at the side of these. I'll show you my hand for comparison's sake. Muckle. Jesus, historical figure, what do you think about him? I don't think about him, to be honest. Look at the reflections on the water. Gorgeous. Because it's so flat, it's really acting like an almost perfect mirror. Beautiful. A bit chilly as well. I noticed you were wearing long trousers. So am I. Look. Think about making tea. Ah. Was that hair? Yes, that was that heron flying away. I didn't notice it take off until I heard it squawking. And I see they're still working over there, doing something. Look how low the river is. It often gets up here, but it's all the way down there. Do you think there's a God? No. No, I don't. Do you? The White Lagan Bothy is a famous haunted bothy in southern Scotland near Galloway Forest. It's other side of the country. Galloway, all one word. White Lagan, if you say so. Don't believe in ghost either. Hear wood pigeon. Look how dry the grass is. No wonder there's so many fires. I noticed there was a fire on Arthur's Seat. Arthur's Seat yesterday, last night. Yeah, you can see how dry the grass is. Beautiful flower. I think we were created. I think the Earth and the universe are a sign of design. You? No. The Earth and the universe are a sign of nature. And how amazing nature is. I think that, oh, there's definitely a big ripple in there. Let's see if some fish jumps up. I think that nature is so amazing that there doesn't need to be any of it. Do you believe in aliens? I strongly suspect, that there is life on other worlds. Statistically speaking, it's very likely. That's a big gull. Nature's designed. Nature's self-designed. Doesn't remind me the dry foliage mix. Pretty much a general norm. Yeah. It's very unusual for the grass to be this brown and dry looking. Oh, did you hear that? There. Must have been a fish jumped up when I wasn't looking, because I heard it. Yeah, very unusual for the grass to be this dry. I see a person walking, a couple of dogs up there, walking this way. There's a disturbance of some sort in there as well. Part of Scotland. This is the Scottish borders, southeast Scotland. We're walking between Gattonside and Tweedbank at the moment, on the River Tweed.
Morning.
Hello. A couple of border terriers there to show that we're in the borders. See, there's some fowl over on the other bank as well. I think I can see a heron, another heron up there, and some ducks. Something white there. And then up there, there's some ducks, and I think there's something up there as well. We'll see. Cute dogs, yes. Isn't blue, okay? Okay. It's reminding me of Australia, right? Gotcha. Yeah, so if you were in Australia, it must be evening. Late evening or late evening, I think. Clouds. Yeah, these stones are normally covered by the water, indicating how low the river is today. Hope that if Richard's watching the replay, he don't get too dizzy from my spinning around. It looks lovely, it is. Seen from 28 weeks later. I'm not sure I've seen 28 weeks later. So, the first couple in the series. It's beautiful. No zombies around, as far as I know. Unless that woman with the dog, the dogs, was a zombie. She didn't indicate that. The sun coming through the trees. 1803, yeah. There you go. There's a gentle breeze in the air. I think in the shade, the temperature's not too bad. Yeah, definitely looks like a heron there. Going fishing. might sneeze in a moment. These are pretty. Can't remember what they are, but they're pretty. That's a nice old tree. And this part of it here, this part of it looks like some animal, maybe a tortoise. You see its eye and reaching up with its mouth, opening its mouth. An old tortoise sort of thing. Possibly with a massive ear. Or a cow at that distance, at that angle. Looks more like a cow's face. What do you reckon? Looks horrible from that angle though. Oh, somebody's dumped a table in the river. More interesting birds in the brambles. This is not fascinating. Yes, correct. Correct. Nature is much more fascinating than religion. Now, where did the heron go? Ah, there it is. What about this? If you have another device, you could use the Merlin app, possibly, to identify the bird, or confuse it. I'll have to have just have a wee look up here, see what the house is like at the moment. I'll go back to the river in a second. Let's just have a little look at the house here. See what progress is being made if we can. Yeah, it's still boarded up. That's yeah, it is a big house. It was owned by charity. I don't know if it still is. I hear another wood pigeon. So we're approaching the end of this little walk. Tomorrow I'll be back doing some sketching and having breakfast about this time. I might, because I'll have to pick up my car obviously, I might, that should be this afternoon, so that I might, for the fourth time, do another little walk in the opposite direction later on. We'll see. I maybe will, I maybe won't. But yeah, we're approaching the end of the walk. It's a mucklehoose. What is that? Quite nice, 19th century, I guess. I don't know if it's for sale. It might be. It's being renovated, I understand. I think the charity no longer need it. Got to be a little bit careful here with all the roots growing on the path. Careful with your step. have to investigate. It's called... I can give you the details later, Jules. I will Discord you. It's a beautiful sound, isn't it? So we'll just pop down to the left there in a moment. No Bigfoot here. No. Don't get Bigfoot in Europe. You only get kelpies and salkies in this part of the world. Well, along with, you know, bogles and brownies and that sort of thing. Unless you mean size 9. Is that what you were talking about? Right, let's slither down here. And get the nice view around the corner. Be very slidey. I'll grab onto the fence. Make sure I don't slide all the way down. Ability of ticks there, so we won't go along that way today. Well, abandoned stream there, shall we? Two snake species. Yes, grass snake and adder. Grass snake is completely harmless. The adder or viper is venomous, but no worse than like a wasp. If you're a small dog, you might not like it, but apart from that, you're fine. And as I say, they always slither away. Eurasian wren. Well, yes, there'll be Eurasian wrens around. Were you using your Marlin app? Yeah, there's loads and loads of wrens around. So, I mean, here you'll get gulls. You'll get finches, goldfinches, various tits, blackbirds, herons, mallards, song thrushes, bullfinches, yeah, unrecorded. Make sure you're not logging the sounds of birds that don't fit where you are, because it might get confused if you try saying that you've heard a Eurasian wren. It might skew the database if you start logging them. I can hear some motor as well, some engine. But yeah, Marlin's a good thing to have. Oh, it's still paused. Okay. Here's the message. Okay. Right. Well, as I say, we might come past again in the other direction later this afternoon. Assuming my car is ready to be picked up. But otherwise, I certainly shall. So we've got a decent amount of walking to do. So I'll get on with it and I'll fill my rain. But yeah, we might come past again later on. And tomorrow morning, I will be doing some sketching and having breakfast at one of my favourite cafes as well. So around this time, in 24 hours, you can join me again and you can have a chat and watch as I have a haggis roll possibly, and do a little bit of sketching on the sketch pad. So thank you for watching, thanks for walking with me, staying with me, chatting, and I will see you potentially later if you're following. Potentially tomorrow morning.